Listen, you have consumed enough. It's time to create. Because 2025 is not the year where we are sitting on the sideline and watching everybody do their thing and celebrating and clapping only for them. But it is a time or a year for us to step up into what God has called us to do in this beautiful year. It's time for us to do it afraid, do it again and again until we succeed. So this year, gear up and get ready to become all that God has called you to become and do all that God has said you can do. Because remember, you have been empowered and you have been graced by God to do what He has called you to do. That's why today I want to share with you 4 reasons why you need to step up and become what He has called you to become and do what He has called you to do as well. And hey, before we dive into today's video, if you are ready and you are the one who is intending and intentional about stepping up into your higher calling, please do comment down below, I'm ready. And also do hit the subscribe button because we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. You might be asking yourself that, okay, I hear you, Bugs, but what am I creating? Because I'm not an artist, I'm not a musician, I'm not a content creator, I'm not artistic, I'm not all of those things. But you might be listing all of the things that you are not. But I'm here to remind you and also bring to your attention what God has said about you and also remind you what everybody is seeing in you and also expecting from you as well. What are you creating this year? You might want to create the life that you want to, the family that you want, the kids that you want, the type of job that you want, the type of career that you want, the type of education that you want to have. You name it. Whatever desire that you have in your heart that God has put inside your heart, you are able to create it. So it is time for us to stop consuming but to start to take actions from what we have been consuming so far. And today I've got 4 reasons for you. And the first reason why you need to create is because God is a creator, so we should create as well. According to the Bible in Genesis 1 verse 1, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." God is a creator, and the first time that we get to know about Him, or the first time that we get to see Him perform or act as, is as a creator. And the amazing part is that God created the heavens and the earth, and then He created you. And then when He was creating you, He said, "I am creating you in my own image, in my own likeness." Therefore, you do have that spark of creativity inside of you because you have the image of the greatest creator of the whole world, the whole universe as well. So therefore, you are creating because you have in you that creative gene of God as well. So that is why you are able to create the life, the family, and everything that God has put inside your heart. Whether it is a book or teaching or writing or building, whatever it is, you can look within yourself and see what God has put in you that you are able to present to the world for the world to also consume and enjoy because of that spark of creativity that God has put inside of you. And if this resonates with you in any way, please do drop a comment down below or a star emoji so that we can light up the comment section and be inspired by each other's creativity as well. And the second reason why you need to create and stop consuming is that the world is waiting for you. This one is huge, that the whole universe, that the whole world is waiting on you. Do you know how special and how important that makes you to be? According to Romans 8:19 in the TPT, it says, "The entire universe is standing on tiptoe, yearning to see the unveiling of God's glorious sons and daughters." The entire universe is waiting on you. And not only the entire universe, if that might surprise you or scare you. But there is one person on the other side who is waiting for you to step up and become who God has called you to be, and also do what God has called you to do, so they will be able to be changed by what you do, by what you say, by your message, by your lifestyle, by your product, by your business, by something that God has put inside of you. Somebody is waiting for you to step up to become that person, so that they'll receive from you and also light up the world in a way that we have never imagined as well. So don't keep people waiting. Don't keep the whole universe waiting for you. It's time for you to step up and become the person and do the things that God has called you to be. I'll be honest with you, because I also used to think that who on earth would want to hear from me? Who on earth will be waiting on little me? But little did I know that there are so many people who are learning from me, from my children to my husband to my community, and also I've had the privilege to also be on this YouTube platform, and through that I've also seen people commenting below, commenting their testimonies, commenting and sharing how my message, or the message that I had delivered to them, has helped them in a way as well. You do not know how far and how much impact that you can have on the lives of people until you step up. So that is why I'm saying that the world is waiting for you to bring to earth what God has put inside of you, because there is nobody that is like you. There is nobody who will talk like you. There is nobody who will do it the way that you do it. And this reminds me actually of the 4 Gospels as well. The disciples, they were all around Jesus. They were all seeing him do the things that he was doing, perform the miracles, heal and raise from the dead. They all encountered Jesus in that way. But instead of just leaving it to one person to tell the story, the Holy Spirit inspired four authors to write the books. Matthew wrote about Jesus in a way that was different from Mark. When Matthew was writing the gospel, he took it back from Genesis to the genealogy of Jesus, how Jesus's family was. When Mark came, I think he started when he was talking about, I think it was John. He started from John. And then when Luke came, he also started from John, and from the birth of John, and then the birth of Jesus. And then when John came, he also wrote, and he didn't just write from Genesis or the family of Jesus, but he also wrote from the very beginning. So all I am saying is that whatever encounter or whatever thing that God has put in your heart to do, don't be intimidated and say that, oh, somebody is already doing it. No, there is somebody who wants to hear it the way that you say it. There is somebody who wants to have a project the way that you do it, because that's how special and how important you are, that people are waiting for you to step up and do and become the person that God has called you to be. And the third thing that you need to do is to stop reading and take action. Stop reading and start doing. All right, real talk. How many of us have read a book and say, okay, I'm gonna do this after reading it? Or you've taken a course and you learned a new skill. I think I'm guilty of that, because there are so many books I have read that have inspired me. There are so many courses that I have taken that I'm like, okay, fine, this is the year that I am doing this, but I never got to do it. But instead, I took another book, I took another course, I listened to another podcast, I listened to another YouTube video, but I never got the time to actually just start doing it. And hence why last year I had to stop following some people on Instagram and also on YouTube, because I'm totally off Instagram for now, because I was just consuming and never actually doing. So that's when I decided that, okay, I'm not gonna consume more, I'm not gonna add on to my to read list or to listen list, but I want to add on and grow my to done list. So that's why I'm saying that this year, don't take up so much much courses, so many books, but rather stop reading or pause your reading and start doing what you have read so far. Because James 1 verse 22 says this. It says, don't merely listen to the word and so deceive yourself. Do what it says. It means that it's time to put your knowledge into action. You know something, you have read the book, you have taken the course, you have studied, you have done all of your research. It's time for you to step up and do what God has put in your heart to do as well. And reason number 4 is that 2025 promises to be a great year if you take action. Let's get one thing straight. 2025 will be the same as 2024 if you don't take action or if you don't do something different towards your life and towards whatever God has called you to do. I've been there and I've done that. I've changed the calendar, I've prayed, I have fasted, but I did not take action. And I thought that the year will be different from what it was, and it wasn't really different. There wasn't any growth, there wasn't really any impact. But when I took some small steps, oh my goodness, I saw how much impactful those steps were. And that's why this year I'm saying that let us take action, let's step out, let us do what God has called us to do, and don't just focus on just reading and listening to podcasts, listening to videos that are inspiring us, that are empowering us, but rather listen to those things and take action and step up and do what God has called you to do. In Proverbs 16 verse 3, it says, commit to the Lord whatever you do and he will establish your plans. Take the first step in faith, knowing that everything that you are doing, everything that you are becoming, you are doing it in the hands of God, that you're not doing it all by yourself. And if this video has blessed you, inspired you, and also empowered you to step up, please do comment down below, I am ready. And also do like the video, share with your friends, and don't forget to do the most important thing, and that is to subscribe to the channel, because we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. So on that note, step up, do it afraid, do it again until you succeed. That is my motto this year. Do it afraid, do it again until you succeed. And you'll see that this year it is a year for us to be fruitful, because time is up. We have consumed enough. It's time to create. Let's go.